Moms work hard to send our kids out the door each day, ready to learn. Today we want to help with that goal. Advice from a child psychologist on how to set your kids up for learning success. Dr. Adam Schwebach joins me with insight into the emotional support your child needs to do well in the classroom. Great to see you. Thanks for being here. A good topic, I think, to tackle now that we're a week, 2 weeks, in some cases 3 weeks into the school season. What do kids need at this point to do well?
You know, one of the focuses we need to make sure we're emphasizing is focusing on the process, not the outcome in school. I think sometimes as parents, and I'm just as guilty of this, we focus a little bit too much on the grade. But I really want to focus on the process or the behaviors that get good grades. So parents really want to make sure we're focusing on, is my child up on time? Are they going to school on time? Are they getting their work done on time? Are they working hard? And if we focus on that, that is definitely going to help our children be successful in school. So
you touched on your next piece of advice, which is let the grades maybe be on the back burner when it comes to our daily conversations. We're so used to focusing on what's that GPA or what's that letter grade. Why is that a mistake? Well,
I think it's a mistake, but part of it is our kids really, it's not helping them to focus on the certain behaviors that help them succeed in life. And there's been a lot of research coming out of Stanford that has looked at whether our mindset and how our mindset contributes to how we learn. And I think if parents can focus more on that process of what are you doing to be a good student, you're going to get good grades. So if you focus on those behaviors, your child's going to get good grades. So we don't have to worry about putting that pressure on them of what are your grades, what's your GPA, why aren't you getting better grades. They're going to be more successful in school.
Kind of going to pin you down here because I know a lot of families, a lot of parents who hold grades to discipline, right? It's if you come home with a certain letter grade, you're grounded, the cell phone comes away. What's your take on that approach?
I think, again, I mean, with parents, it's okay to have consequences and discipline, but I really think they should focus on the behaviors that are getting the bad grades. So it's really trying to figure out, why is my child struggling in school? Why are they not getting good grades? And not focusing on, hey, get better grades, get better grades. It's let's figure this out together. And as a family, as parents, what can we do to help you succeed? What are the behaviors that are going to help you do well in school?
So it may be the cell phone goes away for a couple days if you aren't putting in the study time or you aren't completing the homework, but it's not tied to a C grade or a D grade.
Correct.
There's a social benefit we know to involving our kids in extracurricular activities, and this is a time of year when those fire up, the soccer, the football, the dance, the gymnastics, but you say overscheduling will really set you back.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, I'm a parent, I have 4 children, my kids are in extracurricular activities. That's not a bad thing. But if you are doing homework while you're driving in your car, going through the drive-thru at McDonald's, you're probably overscheduled. I mean, you really need to sit back and analyze, are my kids in too many activities? If you're really finding that you're not getting your homework done till 9:30, 10 o'clock at night because you've had extracurricular activities for the last 5 hours, we might be doing a little too much. So we need to make sure to watch that.
How can parents make sure kids have the energy to do well in the classroom? You know, teachers will always say at those back to school nights, you know, about the comment about sleep or eating habits. I remember my neighbor saying that the teacher had commented her child was coming to school asking for snacks and apparently hungry, and that surprised her, right? But those energy levels play into that as well. How on the parent front can we make sure they're going prepared?
Yeah, we don't really think too much about gut health, but there's been a lot of emphasis on our gut health. What is healthy, what we're eating, you know, making sure we're getting plenty of sleep. We need to prioritize that sleep. Sleeping is going to help us get that energy, and really our diet is key. We want to limit fast food, lots of fruits and vegetables, high protein diets. That's going to absolutely help our brain function better. It's just going to help us do better in school.
This next question seems to creep up in all of the topics you and I discussed, but screen time. I'm curious to know how screen time can affect emotionally our child's ability to learn in the classroom.
Well, I think, you know, too much screen time just distracts us from life. You know, I don't know anybody who is successful that watches 4 hours of YouTube a day. It's just not helpful. So we need to really make sure we're being productive on the screens. And I think parents need to make sure they're watching the activities that their children are doing on the screens. It just limits our interactions. It limits what we're doing with our time. And really, we know now that excessive screen time causes more stress, causes irritability. It limits your social relationships. We need to really make sure we're controlling that.
What concerns you more, the type of media kids might be consuming or the amount of media?
It's absolutely the type. And so I tell parents, is your child doing anything productive on a screen? 5 hours of Minecraft is not productive productive. 3 hours of YouTube videos is not productive. But if you're on there researching, you're using the screen because you have to do a school project, those are things we encourage parents to do. And recreational screen time is not a bad thing. We just need to really limit the time. How much time and what they're doing on there is critical.
If parents have individual questions about their child or perhaps need some family coaching and counseling, how can they get in touch with you?
They can always find us online at our website at npcu.net, and we can get more information there.
Again, a good conversation to have, I think, as we settle into the routines and get used to the school time demands. Thank you so much, Dr. Schwebach. We appreciate it.